Hi, this is Patrick Millars recording for the 10-minute video practical assignment for Pastoral Studies 2, Purpose Institute. Um, I've been in finance for many, many years, actually in the financial side of construction. So I've done many budgets in my lifetime, uh, budgeting jobs, budgeting um, just different kinds of projects we have going on. I've created several budgets and budgets we had to stick to at least stay close to, or hopefully make some money. Um, but this is the first time I've ever done a budget for me and my family. Uh, and honestly, it was an eye opening experience because um, we are spending way more than we need to on things we don't necessarily need to be spending money on, in my personal opinion. Uh, but what I've learned is that uh, I need to prioritize where we're spending our money to be better stewards of what God's given us. I noticed that we eat out way too much. I put a budget for eating out and a budget for groceries, and the eating out budget way outweighed the grocery budget. And there's only two of us, so I don't. And maybe that's why we eat out so much, because there's only two of us. But we need to find a way to not do that. Um, Another thing, and I'm not throwing my wife under the bus by any means, but she spends money on things that I may not find essential, and she never actually looked at the budget, so that was a thing. Um, but I did make room in our budget for her to spend, you know, have play money, so to speak. Um, but for me, it showed me a way that we can track what we do going forward in order to um, make sure we can uh, keep our priorities our priorities. Our priorities aren't the things of this world. Our priorities um, aren't aren't new toys or new things, or make sure everything looks pretty and sparkly, or whatever you want to call it. Our priorities are what's good for the kingdom, and how can we give to the kingdom. um, that was, top of the budget was making sure that we had our tithes and our offering were set aside. And I've always done that. I've always given our tithes and our offering, and I don't even think she knows what we give, and that's probably on me as well. I need to talk to her about that. Um, but using like what we learned today, I've learned that, not today, the month of September was the month that I did, um, was if I would learn to, no, that's not the right word. If I would properly, uh, nope, if I would properly allocate money aside and spend it in a way where we're not wasting as much, we could give more to the kingdom. We do give a lot. We give time to the kingdom. I feel like we're good stewards of our time. Um, we do Bible studies, and we spend other evenings doing things for the kingdom. But like I say in the Bible study that I teach, is you can be working uh, for God, but not working with God. And we never want to get to the point where we're just doing things to do things, and to look better. For whatever reason, can never be doing anything we're doing to make us look better. It has to be for the kingdom, to grow the kingdom. And as far as our finances go, um, I learned that we need to save more, because we're not saving anything. We're living paycheck to paycheck, and don't necessarily need to be living paycheck to paycheck. We have a lot of debt that we need to pay off, and going through the money market makeover, or the money makeover book that we read. I'm gonna start the program to the I'm gonna start snowballing our debt. And the sad thing about this is I've known about snowballing for, we've been married for 19 years. We worked with a company called Primerica, which does a plan very similar to Dave Ramsey. And they also sell life insurance, was essentially what they do. They sell life insurance, help people get out of debt, what have you. And we would create plans for people. I would even do budgets for other people, but never did my own budget, never saw the importance of following my own budget. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but so we've been living paycheck to paycheck for no reason whatsoever. And we have more debt than we need. IRS debt, we have car debt, we have a new loan actually that we took out recently. But with my plan using this budget and my plan going forward, I believe if things happen, of course, life happens, we should be able to pay down all of our debt in 3 years. All of our debt should be gone in 3 years. And in 3 years, we can increase our giving, because when we do a special offering, or if the church just needs it, we would have it. Of course, we'll take care of we'll take care of our family. God will take care of us. If we take care of the kingdom, God will take care of us. And that's one of the things I teach in one of my Bible studies is, where are you investing? Are you investing in the kingdom, or are you investing in the things of this world? And we have to put our investments in the kingdom. We have to be kingdom minded in everything that we do. And I believe doing this budget, going through and tracking every dollar, every penny, every expense. The budgeting app I used was the Every Dollar app, for the record. That way, which app that I used, but I used the Every Dollar app, and it was too cheap to pay the $17 or even do the free trial for 7 days or whatever. So I had to hand punch every single dollar, and that was probably the hardest part of this entire budget, was hand punching everything in. But that was on me, because I didn't want to spend the extra money after seeing our budget and what money we were wasting. But our goal is in the next 3 years is to get all of our debt paid off, at least get as close as possible. My wife wants to buy a house. If that happens great. But I want to be in a position where we have money in savings, not living paycheck to paycheck, where we can give to the kingdom in ways that we never have before. And we can, when there's a new building fund, we're not going to have to worry about giving an extra $1,000 or $2,000, because we're going to have it. It's not going to be then we're pinching pennies for months. Now, I do believe there's time for sacrificial giving as well, where you are, pinching pennies and what have you. But the Lord will take care of us if we do those things. And I know this, and I've known this. I feel like we give like we're supposed to. I feel like we're given properly, but that doesn't mean we couldn't be giving more. And some of that, again, is because we did not take care of our finances. 46 years old, she's in her 50s, and we went through a lot of financial struggles at the beginning of our marriage 19 years ago, and we're kind of getting out of that now because of smarter decisions and making more money. That always helps too. But God's always continued to bless. He's always continued to bless, but because of not having a budget and not tracking it, it would be, even if we make more money, we just spend that money. Like, you'd never see the extra money. You think it's there, and it is there somewhere, but it's being spent somewhere else. So my goal in all of this, in conclusion, is, and I've probably said this several times, in conclusion, my goal in all of this, my hope in all of this, is that what I've done this past month in tracking all or the month of September, tracking all of the expenses, tracking everything that came in, and sitting down and having a good conversation with my wife that going forward, that we will be able to, we'll spend less, give more, and let God take care of the rest. Because I think that's what it's all about. Ultimately, putting our faith in God and trusting God that when we do give, He's going to give back. We don't give so He gives back, but we give because we know we can trust Him, and He is faithful in everything that He does. All right, well, that's it. Thanks.